happy Saturday. So I just got home. It's Saturday evening. It's about 8:30 p.m. and I am making a vlog today, which I actually already made it. So I just kind of wanted to make a quick introduction. So I wanted to do a video today, and the last video I told you I wanted to talk about it, but I ended up being too tired. So I went ahead and was going to make a video today. So I'm going to be speaking a little bit about how God is working in my life, how He was speaking to me, and what amazing things He did, just to remind me of His faithfulness and that I'm not alone. But I wanted to start out with the vlog really quick, and then at the end I'll tell you and explain everything. So I hope you enjoy the vlog. It's kind of fun. It was a summer bash that our church put on, and I'll go ahead and start the vlog, and I'll see you at the end. Be brave today and head out and do something fun. So our church is having like this summer bash kind of thing before the fall. So tons of vendors and booths, and there's gonna be like little shows and stuff going on. I don't know how long I'm gonna last, but it'll be fun because my son and I are gonna go together. So I'll take you with me. All right, we're on our way, and my son is driving. Oh Lord, help us all.
In this environment, and I'd say the last 15 minutes of the show the kids will be picking her up. We'll need 50 a good fair look. Those of you that are lucky enough to be up front, good for you, you've got great seats, but I want to make sure the people in the back get a chance to look at this lizard as I show her off and teach what they call the green. She's got this beautiful green back and then a beautiful cheetah marked belly. Okay, let's take her, and then we'll go this with them. They hide from us. They're not at the water's edge ambushing people. They're ambushing capybaras, crocodiles, birds, pigs, whatever comes close. Whatever comes close to the water. Shoulder to shoulder, right. Stand right up against the step, kids. Right up against the step. This young lady with the cap, tail man, she's our tail girl. So again, this is a Burmese python. They live in Southeast Asia. Buttercup's a sweetheart. Again.
Smelling each deodorant?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
This is how I'm gonna smell like.
We're gonna
the right one.
be here for hours.
You need to pick the right one.
Oh dear Lord, you're worse than a woman. Whose child are you?
This is good.
So funny. So weird. Oh, what is wrong with my mouth? I don't know.
So I just got back from picking up my Tylenol from the pharmacy, and they are so funny because they gave me not just one of these things, but two of them, which are like these little, when you're a kid and you put the medicine in here and then you drink it, and it's going through my G tube, so it's not going to be very helpful. You know what's funny is the directions say to put in to the G-tube on the bottle, and even the pharmacist just got done even saying to put it through the G-tube and everything, and he still hands me two of these. Come on, people.
Well, it's nice to meet you, buddy. And you are?
This is Frankie. Can I sleep? No. Can I sleep? No. Can I sleep? No. Can I please sleep? No. Why
Is that
you treat me
TikTok?
like you
No.
do? Can we sleep now?
No.
Can we sleep now?
It's TikTok! TikTok! And he says he doesn't want a TikTok. He's over here cracking himself up. Look at him cracking up.
Nope.
He's a true TikToker now.
Nope.
You guys, you gotta tell him to record.
And I might do it.
Alright, hi guys. So it's Sunday right now. I'm from the future, so I'm kind of interrupting the vlog. But I told you guys I wanted to talk to you guys about something. So basically, I'm going to be vulnerable again here with you. So I've been having, not going to lie, you know, like going through everything that I've been going through, it's kind of a struggle. It's not easy. I'm not going to lie and say I'm positive all the time. I have a positive outlook. I'm not sitting here at home and being miserable and pouting or anything like that. But I would be lying if I said that, like, I didn't get frustrated, or I didn't have bad days, or I didn't like question God at times. But chronic illness can be very challenging and it's hard. But don't get me wrong, I have a lot of family that helps me. I have my son and I have a ton of amazing friends, but there's just something about it that can just be very isolating because you can't go out a lot. You are sick a lot of times, so you're stuck in bed a lot, and like a lot of the symptoms come on with like heat, so you're not allowed to be outside for very long, and there's just a lot that goes with it. So it can be very isolating and very hard. And let me count, and let's see how many times I've said isolating so far. I'm gonna give you a penny for every time I say it. So basically, because of that, I had just been like questioning God, and like very kind of I started getting angry with him because things also like weren't happening for me, and like I've been like trying so hard to like make a living off of social media, and my main purpose for doing it, of course, is to inspire other people, but I'm not able to work at the moment. And so I don't have any income. And so social media, I was like, okay, I love doing it. I love inspiring people. So why not be able to make a living off of it as well? And I know that it can take several years sometimes to get to that point. And it's been over a year, which is still, you know, it can get frustrating sometimes when you see other people that like just start and they're like, oh, it took me like 4 months, or it took me like a whole month to like get 1,000 subscribers. And it's like, okay, it's taking me like almost a year to get to like 150, which I'm not at 150 yet, but almost. So I was just getting frustrated and I can't work. I'm a medical assistant. I'm trained in the medical field, and I did that for 14 years, you know, so I know that if I wanted to, I could go back to work and make good money, but my body won't let me, and every time I've tried to go back, I end up in the hospital, so I can't do that. So I've just been kind of like angry, and I kept praying and asking for like help, or asking for to like let me know what to do or where to guide me. And I just felt like he was like silent this whole time, and like not for like months. I felt like he wasn't listening, that I was just like dead space, and like I was talking to air for like months. I was just like, why aren't you listening to me? Why aren't you hearing me? And I finally had like a breakdown a few days ago. And before my breakdown, so you know, when you scroll through the feed on Instagram, a lot of times, like depending on what you like or whatever, you will have things that pop up that, you know, that comes up towards your likes or whatever. So I was scrolling through, and it was like almost every post was like, has been like, I hear your prayer, I'm gonna answer your prayer, just hold out, be patient. It was like all those like little memes with like things like that, saying like God has heard you and all that. And I was talking to my son about it, and I was like, this is happening on Instagram, and but I don't, it just has to be a coincidence. And my son is like, there's no such thing as coincidence, Mom. Like, I really think that God's trying to speak to you, and you're just trying to close your ears to him. And I'm like, no, it can't be God. It's just a coincidence, because I like all of that. This is the first video that I saw, so go check her out. afterwards. I have her link to her YouTube, and she probably doesn't know I exist, but I'm going to tag her YouTube down there and her TikTok username, and her username on TikTok will come up right after her video. So I'm just going to play it really quick for you.
I have a question. What are you worrying about? Why are you worrying? When you know that God is going to take care of you, where are you now? Are you in the same place where you were in your past? No. So that means look how far God brought you, and you're still worrying. Let me tell you what the problem is. You haven't been renewing your mind, and you've been allowing Satan to get here. Romans chapter 12 verse 1 and 2 tell you not to be conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Don't you know that scripture is telling you to renew your mind, not to fall into the traps and the deception of the enemy? Satan is the father of lies, and he's deceiving you to make you feel like God is not going to be able to take care of you. God is not going to be there. Your faith is weakening. Don't you know who your God is? The Bible says, don't worry. Philippians chapter 4, verse 6. Don't worry about anything.
So, wow. Like, I felt like that was like just God like talking like directly to me, and like I just started bawling. I was like, okay, I hear you. Okay. But I was still just like, I was like, okay, I'm listening. But at the same time, it's just like, I think he knew that I still needed something else. So one of my followers on Instagram, I've never met, I've never talked with her, never messaged her. She never messaged me before. She reached out to me, and she just said, hey, I feel like God put it on my heart that I needed just to reach out, because I just wanted to tell you that you're like super inspiring, and that you just need to know that like everything's going to be okay. And she asked for my address because she wanted to ship me something in the mail. And she said that this was also something that God put on her heart to send me, and that it was something that I needed to have or see or whatever. So I can't remember her exact words, but it was something like it's along those lines. So I'm going to show you what it was that what she gave me. So basically it's a necklace, and it has like little mustard seeds, and I don't know if you've heard of the story of the mustard seed, but basically it represents faith, because when you plant something as small as a mustard seed, and it grows into like one of the biggest plants or trees, so it's supposed to represent huge faith, as small as a mustard seed. So I'm going to show you the necklace. And sorry, I know I keep chomping my gum. I'm sorry if it's annoying any of you. It probably is. It's a habit, and I sometimes catch myself doing it. So this is the mustard seed necklace. It's just a little chain, and it has the little mustard seeds inside. And then the note that came with it, I put it in my journal already. So it says, hope. If you have faith as a grain of mustard seed, you will say to this mountain, move, and it will move, and nothing will be impossible for you. And that's a verse, Matthew 17:20. And then she said, wear this when you need a little extra faith in your day. I was like, wow. I didn't get that till a few days later, which obviously I really needed that. And I was like, wow, when I got that, that was like something that I really needed to hear. And it was just fit perfect with everything that I've been going through. But she reached out on that same day that TikTok woman that I showed you had also on that same day. Then not only, so because that lady was talking about renewing my mind and stuff like that, I was like, okay, so I'm going to read my devotional, and I'm going to read, do a journal today, because I haven't been journaling or reading my Bible or doing any kind of devotions anymore. So I'm going to go ahead and make today and start that today. So of course that day, this is the devotional that I got. So it's helped and upheld. Here, I'll just let you read it. Because you are my help, I sing in the shadow of your wings. I cling to you, your right hand upholds me. Psalm 63, 7-8. Pure joy is not our natural response when we face challenges like betrayal, illness, financial stress, or unexpected tragedy. Especially in seasons it seems like we're being hit by one thing after another. Yet those of us who know the Lord can face bad news and the worst attention with great hope. Whatever trials come from our own brokenness, poor choices, someone else's choices, flood, earthquake, tornado, or simply because we live in a fallen world, we can take heart. Whatever the trial, we choose to trust our sovereign Redeemer, all good, all loving, ever-present God. There is no sure source of hope. Sorry, it's really hard to read through the phone. There is no source of hope. Even when we are hurting and grieving, by trusting in Him and entrusting our very lives to Him, we can be hopeful and even joyful. Why? Because as trials test our faith, these trials reveal where we can grow, and that insight is key to our future. God always seems to first change us and then our circumstances, and that process begins with trusting Him and trusting that He upholds us through everything we face. Lord, I put my trust in you. Thank you for being my help. I cling to you, and I know that you uphold me today in all I face. Okay, so wow, right? Okay, if you were me and that didn't get your attention yet, there was one more thing that happened that day. Not only that, but my friends reached out to check on me and just see how I was doing too. Then, where did it go? Here it is. I got this email from someone who's kind of like in a marketing with me, but she it's a generic message with the fact that it came to that same exact day at the same exact time. And I had even just prayed, like after I had gotten everything, I had prayed like okay, well, why isn't something happening? If you're hearing me, I even said, I'm like, if you're hearing me, God, then like why, and you say that you're going to help me, then why aren't you doing anything? I got this email. So the email, it's not very long, I promise. And it says, in the subject line too, it says, let this be the only email that you open, or something like that. So of course I clicked on it, and normally I delete these emails. It says, I have this dream that comes to me when I least expect it, and it says my real name. It's a dream on repeat, but something I enjoy the minute I wake up. I'm sitting on the sand in Newport Beach, which is a beach in Oregon, surrounded by hundreds of clear glass bottles. In my hands is a stack of tiny papers, and I'm feverishly scribbling notes and stuffing them into nearby bottles. You have come too far to stop now. It's time to dig deep and push through. Get back up. God has your back. Your success will silence their doubts. Enjoy the journey. I throw the bottles in the ocean, hoping they find you, me. In my dream, I throw the bottles into the ocean with hope my messages will find their way to someone who needs it. Today, as you read this, my dream is becoming a reality. I'm sending you this note in hopes you remind yourself that I'm standing on the edge of an ocean, rooting you on. Imagine me waving to you from the shore, promising that it will be okay. Your hard work will pay off. Your efforts are not in vain. You got this. I hope you find this message in a bottle and remember that you aren't alone. That just makes me want to cry. It was just, and then some of the things I got on Instagram that day too. A couple of things I got on Instagram that week too. I'll just share a couple of them that stood out to me. God is no stranger to pain. When you cry to Him, He isn't looking down on you saying, here we go again. He is leaning down, feeling every tear of betrayal, anxiety, and grief that you are crying, and saying, I know, I remember, and I love you. And then the other one that stood out. Keep your head up. God gives His hardest battles to the strongest. Keep your head up. God gives His hardest battles to the strongest soldiers. So that's my story. So my lesson here is you are being heard, and even if it feels like you're not being heard, you are. And it's something that I'm still gonna struggle with, I'm not gonna lie, but God went through every single avenue and angle that he could to get through to. And just know that whatever battle you're facing, you can get through it and it will be okay. I promise. Alright guys, that's it. I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button, turn on your post notifications so you don't miss a video, and give a big thumbs up if you liked it, and I will see you in my next video.